Hey guys, here's a quick walkthrough on how to make a delicious homemade meatball sub. I'll start by showing all of the ingredients I use, and I want to highlight the Hawaiian rolls from Organic Bread of Heaven that I use. They are absolutely delicious and they have good quality ingredients, which is what I love about it. Take 1 pound of ground beef, a half cup of Parmesan, and 3/4 cup of breadcrumbs. Add 1 egg, a 1/4 cup of onions, and a 1/4 cup of green peppers. Throw in a garlic clove, add in some garlic salt, and then start mixing everything together. I start off using a spoon, and then towards the end, make sure you get your hands in there and make sure everything gets nice and evenly mixed. Once it's mixed, start rolling them into balls. I made 13. You can really make them as big or small as you would like. Because we're making meatball subs, I don't want to make them too big. I probably even should have made these a little bit smaller. But you'll take your meatballs, add them to the pot, and then take your favorite pasta sauce, pour it on top. The one thing I'll say is you don't need to make sure all of the meatball is totally covered in the sauce. Don't stir everything around too much yet. You want to make sure that the balls stay intact. You don't want them crumbling as you're starting to mix everything around. Put the lid on your pot and then put it on the stove and turn it on low. You really don't want this boiling, just kind of a light simmer. Let it simmer for an hour and then you can go in and start stirring it around. I let this sit all day. Every 30 minutes, I would just mix it around until it was time to eat. So we have our meatballs. Now it's time for the bread. I'll take butter, melt it, and mix it with garlic powder. I'll then take my Hawaiian rolls and start cutting out the middle of them. Obviously, just be careful that you don't cut all the way through. You, of course, want to have that bottom still in place so the meatballs sit on top and nicely in the middle. Once I have a nice area for those meatballs to sit, I'll take my garlic butter and I'll really just paint this all over the outside. I'll even put a little bit inside as well. This, of course, adds a great buttery garlic flavor to it, but it also helps get the buns nice and toasty when we put it in the oven. And it's not a meatball sub if we don't load it with cheese. So for this, I used provolone. If you like mozzarella instead, go ahead and load it with mozzarella, but take some provolone, put it inside, and then put it in the oven at 350 degrees for 10 minutes. Now we're finally ready to add the meatballs. So I took 3 meatballs, stuffed them inside of the bread. Again, just be gentle that you don't break apart the bread while you're doing this. Sprinkle on some more cheese, and then we'll take some of that pasta sauce and we'll put that on top. We're gonna do kind of a double layer of sauce and cheese. So I'm gonna add more cheese on top of the sauce, and we'll make sure that cheese gets melted on top. So I'll put it back in the oven for about 3 to 4 minutes, take it out, and we are finished. I added some jalapenos on there for a little bit of spice, but that's totally up to you. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'd love to know what you think. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe for more healthy meals.